Audio test? Yep, audio seems to be working. Fantastic. So we've got our 315 set up from last time. I did take a little bit of a break to mess around, and since last stream I've done a little bit of Vorkath just for fun. And I don't remember if I talked about Yama last time, I probably did, but I got 3 dragon plate legs in a row, but other than that, no particularly interesting luck. I forgot to double check that that's working. It seems to be good. And I have yet to figure out an efficient way to get the link from this stream to be able to paste it into Discord without just directly opening it. So we'll just do that. And we're all set. Okay. So, the plan for today. I'm going to keep running 315s until I get a purple, which is what I had said at one point, and that was 25 raids ago. So I feel a little due. I'm actually about 45 raids completely dry so far. Yeah, I'm just double checking my gear because, again, I was just at Vorkath, so I don't want to accidentally run in here with the salve amulet on or something stupid like that. But this seems to be correct. We've got 6 slots. Alright, so we pre-pot 1 Angler, Ranging Potion, Super Combat, and an Extended Anti-Venom. How you doing, Gatling? What have you been up to lately? That would have been really bad if I had brought extended super anti-fires. Oof. I don't know what's going on, but it's fine. I can give you like the really broad strokes overview if you're curious. But if not, that's fine too. Basically, this is a about 20-year-old game that they rebooted in 2007 with files that were from 2014. And as you kind of have seen a lot of other games doing like classic modes and things like that, this was sort of, I think this was the first one to do like a RuneScape Classic effectively, or in this one's case it's old school RuneScape, because there technically is a RuneScape Classic and it isn't this. But this is a raid within which I am supposed to be kind of challenged, but to be honest, you can set the difficulty level of it by choosing which invocations you want to have turned on. And I only turn on the ones that I actually feel that I can sort of handle. Oh shit. Okay, that actually worked out as well as that's ever worked out for me. This room is just a really panicked kind of a test of multitasking. Oh, you bastard. Okay, no, it didn't get me. And I'm about to fail that test, so bear with me here. Not what I meant to do, but that's okay. We did actually land a little damage. Can I one-shot that from here? I can, nice. Need the bow on... oh shit, on this guy. That somehow didn't hurt me, that's great. Need to get over here and use this potion. Maybe I can't actually explain what's going on in this particular room, because this is the most panicked one. But what I'm doing right now is somewhat endgame raid. I mean, technically it is an endgame raid, but I'm doing it solo, so you can probably assume that if I'm able to solo it, it's not especially difficult. I mean, it's challenging, let's put it that way. And I can scale it way higher than what it is right now, but yeah. I'd like to actually be able to complete the raid too, so... Anyway, that was the first of 4 bosses' puzzle rooms. Each boss has a puzzle room and then the boss fight itself. That one's called the monkey room because now we have to go and fight this gigantic monkey named Baba. Just gonna move my gear around just a little bit to get it in the right place. Jump in here, summon a little skeletal thrall that'll attack for me on its own. Turn on Protect from melee prayers and try and hit it with a BGS spec. The first one actually did land. So the game has a combat triangle where almost everything in the game follows the same sense that the damage that you're taking is either going to be range-based, melee-based, or magic-based. As you can see, I've got 3 protection prayers right here. They're all just protect from, and then their type of damage. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping that would phase them. I'm going to try to ignore the monkeys here, but they might end up hitting me pretty hard if I get unlucky, or if this misses, I might actually be kind of screwed. No, we're good. Anyway, this enemy does melee damage, so you put on overhead melee prayers, and it majoritively removes all of the damage. As you can see, I'm still taking some from these little bastards. This room, I don't know if this is a bug or if this is intended or what, but you can run all the way up to the top here if you skip through the boulders. And as long as you don't melee attack the monkey again, Baba, it just keeps throwing boulders for a little while. We landed a huge BGS spec to start with, so no, we're going to take him to, a little under 46. What are we at? 42%. So I need to get him to 33% to phase him, so I should have to do this from all the way at 66%, but because we had pretty good damage luck, I'm not going to risk that. I was going to, but no. Okay, I could have, but that's fine. That's not fine. That should be. Okay, it was 1 tile off from where I usually like to be there. That scared me a little more than I'd like to admit. And we're back in. If I get lucky here, I might actually be able to... No, we missed twice. I was hoping I could maybe show what happens when it gets to 0% when it's up here, but... no such luck. Really? Kind of shocked that that missed. Anyway, that's Baba. 1 out of 4 done. And then you have to fight a end boss that has 4 stages, so it's kind of an annoying raid, to be perfectly honest, but I still like it better than raids 1 and 2. I like the idea of Theater of Blood until I try to think about trying to find people to do it with, and yeah, then I stop liking the idea of Theater of Blood so much. There are free-for-all worlds and worlds you can learn it on, but I don't know. The mechanics in RuneScape generally at the endgame are a little bit more punishing than they are difficult. As long as you don't screw anything up, it's probably fine. But as soon as you do screw something up at high-end content, you're just... yeah, a lot of the time you just get blammed. Like, it's... I'll give you an example. In that previous boss fight, when the rocks attack you from above, and then they land, and you have to kind of stand near them when Baba throws barrels at you. If you aren't near a rock, even just on a 315 invocation, I think it hits somewhere around 80 damage. It's kind of meant to just sort of one-shot you. It might be 50, I can't remember. It's a lot, anyway, considering my max HP is at 99. And anyone that hasn't leveled their HP all the way to 99 is going to have less. I guess in fairness I could go up to 125, but doesn't matter. Let's go fight Kefrey. Okay, BGS landed, but does that count? I mean, it hit a 1. Just gonna pretend it's like a 270 invo and the BGS just didn't land at all. I think that's the way to think about this. A little off. I'm not convinced I'm not going to get pooped. Okay, never mind. I was going to say I could work my way a little bit closer to this one, but I just am not feeling it. Okay, this is embarrassing. I'm just not even going to have time to do this. Let's see, I got 6 shots off, 7... Okay, honestly, considering how completely piss poor my damage was on that last scarab, that went better than expected. Got a couple of XP drops in there, let's see. Basically the thing is, if I don't shoot any, Kefrey heals up over 100% HP, and I could be totally wrong about this, but I don't think you get points, extra points for bringing Kefrey down from, like, anything that's above 100%. I should really go back through one of my VODs and check that. But I think that's how the mechanic works, or it might be just a matter of you can just get through the fight faster if you hit the scarabs. Or the scarab swarms, whatever they are. Either way, it's a free 10 points every time I click on them. Not much else I can do during that phase as it is. We got half of this HP bar left, so we can just sort of ignore these. So after this Kephri fight's over, we should be able to figure out what we're getting from the Helpful Spirit. Now, typically speaking, I don't love running the 66% Spirit contents, loot, whatever invocation, but it is the one that I'm running right now. So, basically we just hope that we get double salt. Okay, one more hit. Nice. And Kefrey should just be standing up. Yep, there he is. Now, typically if I'm going to summon a Thrall for this phase at all, I like to do it immediately. Because the next time Kefrey's HP bar goes to 0, it's going to poop. Whether you've got a swarm around you or not, it's going to cause it to poop. Whoops, that was wrong. We'll just put one here then. And as a result of that, if you've got a swarm and you get hit with a mandatory poop that happens at 0% on this HP bar, you get double poops. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a bad time. I think the entire rest of the fight in here trying to fight it with a Bofa. So, I don't really mind that the Thrall is gone at this point. Oh, 20 seconds. Never mind, I was just standing on top of him. Actually, I'm going to work my way around to here at this point, so that even if I do get stuck, I'll have a decent little area. Probably going to wait until the next poop to... Yeah, because it should be coming any second now. There it is. Yeah, I'm going to just drop it. Oh shit. Oh god, this is a double. I don't know where I'm going to end up. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to avoid. That's fine though. There's enough layers of poop there that I don't know if it could have pushed me through the wall, and in either case it just didn't. No need for overheads. Because the fight's already over. Alright. 2 out of 4 down. Nice. Okay, so it's a double salt. That means that I have a lot less to worry about now, and we've got level 2 Akka, level 1 Krondis, so I'm gonna go Path of Head. No particular reason, I just generally don't like to have a level 3 Akka, or really anyone level 3. The higher level Akkas just take longer and longer to kill, and I've kind of gotten it down to a good rhythm with this particular level and this invocation and everything, where I generally get to hit a Kara spec almost at the end of the fight, and that's enough to just completely manage all the chip damage. But if I go to level 3, I'm not sure if that's going to be the same. Anyway, this is the part of the raid where you sip your coffee if you got one. There's probably enough time that I could have stepped out of the way of that and then dodged 27 damage to start this fight with, but that's what I get for literally sipping my coffee while I was doing that part, so that's on me. Not a big deal. Okay, gonna be starting the fight with range gear on, moving the melee and mage weaponry into the correct places, and dropping a potion so that I can crush one salt. Taking the potion back. Since Akka's gonna be a dick and stand right there, we'll go ahead and pray, run in, shoot, and I don't know why it wasn't attacking me in that corner. Maybe it doesn't attack you on the first tile when you move in. Either way, we just hit a 49 into a 50, so this is looking real good. There's the 80% mark. I didn't actually need to fire that shot, but that's fine. And now we deal with the Akka fight. So there's almost no chance that it's still going... Oh, I still had this messed up a little bit. There's almost no chance that it's still going to be in melee by the time that it gets around to... There we go. Yeah, so it's going to switch. Did get a hit in white, red, white, yellow, black. So although it does actually stop you from attacking whenever it switches prayers, which admittedly is kind of handy, because if you were using mage and it switched to mage, or if you're using melee and it switched to pray melee, you wouldn't want it to be problematic. So although it does that, if you're fast enough you can just click him before he evaporates, if you want to get a free shot in before the... Whoops, switching... There we go. A free shot in before the centered game starts. This is really unfortunately low DPS. No, we got lots of time. Oh, and it hit a 51. Okay, perfect. So yellow, white, yellow, black, yellow. So the other nice thing about switching to range to do the special thing, especially in the second shadow, and again this is just sort of like I've gotten this down to a good rhythm. Usually that means that if I don't have enough time to finish it off, I can still get maybe 2 to 3 shots in while the center game is playing out. Okay, Bofa's putting in some really good work today. It's probably going to switch now, though. Shit. Okay, I'm just going to Kara spec now. And melee switch. Wait, why am I... What am I doing? Oh, that would have been horrible. It didn't even... Yeah, that was really stupid of me. I didn't realize that I hadn't taken him down far enough. So that could have been horrible. Compared to how that went. Black, red, white, white. The other nice thing about that is that the thrall's just been wailing away on this thing for free for a few seconds. For whatever it helps. Okay, that was an incredible screw-up. Let's try not to do something like that again. Looks like I'm going to be doing a 2 Karis fight, but we do have absolute shit tons of... prayer potions right now, so that's not an issue. Don't even have to move. Okay, next one's gonna be range, so I should switch now. That's red, white, red, white, red. Actually should have stayed in range gear so that I could shoot that a couple of more times right now, but it's not going to be an issue. Beauty. Alright, we're back on track. This is the last 20%. It's currently in range. It's got probably enough time where it's going to switch to mage at some point, and that's not really going to matter. I'm at 100 HP, so I actually have enough spec to where I could Kara spec if I had to. So I'm going to drink one more potion just to be sure I have the ability to, in case, you know, sometimes this last phase just goes completely to just as bad as you could ever imagine it going, you know what I mean? So, oh Jesus. Couldn't tell if that was going to hit me or not. I think we wait a sec and then go, yeah? Perfect. The other nice thing about the melee thrall is I don't have to worry about looking where Akka is, it always just sort of wanders in that general direction. And given the circumstances, I think we just kamikaze this with a couple of specs. All good. Okay, so we've got 3 1/4 potions left for Krondus. Absolute overkill. Alright, one down. And looking for the little red faces. They're there. Alright. And if I didn't have the achievement already, that would be perfect Krondus. Didn't take any unnecessary damage, nobody drank from it, and it was 52 seconds. So if you've ever got somebody telling you gotta do, you know, like an absolute perfect, fun back and forth, and skip the crocodile in between, yeah, they're full of shit. Let's see how the BGS performs today. We got a 48. And why not? We'll go for 2. A double 48. You don't see that too often. So we got a nice easy level 2 here. Oh, I don't even have to shoot this, it just runs right into the rock. That's about as easy a solve as I could have. Although, I think I'm gonna wait to crush the salt, just in case something bad happens on the next one. It's not like I'm using brews, so I don't really have to worry about it. It's the other nice thing about only healing with prayer and the Karis. So I didn't see that one coming. So I never really have to worry too much about stat draining effects. Till the very last phase anyways. And a nice easy 1, 2, 3. Nice lined up waves, can't even ask for more. Okay, we should be going into the next solve pretty quick here. We're still on Prey Mage until that hits. Okay, there it is. Oh, wait, that was just the blood attack. Okay. Solve is going to happen when we're in a really inconvenient place, isn't it? No, it's going to wait for me. Sweet. And it's even going to put one, like, kind of near a decent location for me. So if I go now, then I think that... Oh, Jesus. Okay, that was scary as all get out, but... And how does that poison me? I mean, I'll care a spec, but that's just confusing. So there's a mechanic that, if you're really into RuneScape, you probably long since know a lot better than I clearly do. And it's that when you're walking northeast, for example, your character may path differently than if you're walking southwest. Or if you're trying to get to the same tile from different directions, then sometimes your character will just take different routes than what you're expecting it to. And it's often very detrimental to me surviving things. Anyway, that's my fault for trying to auto-pad that one instead of just clicking 3 times. But I was a little bit afraid of getting blasted, so it is what it is. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and summon a Thrall, put on the correct prayer, and hope for the best. Turbo mode Zabac, and then we get into the Wardens. Nice cup of coffee moment here at Zabac. Oops, a little bit early on that one. That's why we carist. And I don't need these supplies anymore, so I can just start using these as needed. Oh, can I... Yes! Avoided the damage. You're not healing on my watch, you big fat bastard. Probably gonna use it again here, right? Yeah, right there. I mean, I could conserve prayer, but these are going in the pot anyway, so... There we go. Alright, if we get a double ambrosia out of this guy, then we're in really, really good shape. We didn't. But that's an interesting chest. The Chaos has both an ambrosia and a smelling salt. Either way, we got double scarabs, so that's... Effectively... Yeah, that just works out fine. Let me think about this here. So, I probably won't run out of prayer with... Yeah, no. With the amount of scarabs I've got, I should be just fine. So we're going to be starting this with BGS specs. I will need my mage gear to be unscrewed up, and I won't be using my fang anymore, so we can do that. Oh god, don't destroy it. No, open. Yellow, pink, salt, white, and blue. Alright. So the last 25.5 minutes have led up to this. This is the gigantic 4-part boss fight that concludes the raid. So we're gonna assault, drink that, do the things, get ready, and BGS specs a 67 right off the bat. We're just gonna hope, no, oh crap, I hope that doesn't actually just do what I think that just did. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. I thought we were gonna end up having these land at the exact same time because of that, but I think we're okay. Yeah, we're just fine. So, considerations. I'm gonna have to tank this first hit no matter what. And because I only have 1 ambrosia this time instead of 2, I kinda want to just heal this with a Kara spec. Scary as that is, it is calculated. This should be here. I should be here. And I need one of those, this, and to do that, there we go. So hopefully, we can take this down before we take damage here. It's not looking really good though. If I even just take the first hit out too, that's less of a problem? Okay. Not perfect, but it is what it is. So we're going to do an intentional 3 down, because apparently that actually is more points by a slight amount. I like that it gives me almost exactly 5% add a purple when I do that. I might go a little further away from that. Okay, it would have been fine. Okay, inventory contents are looking good. Blue potions there. Okay, and I prayed the wrong thing. Crap. That was good of me. So we get 5 specs and a whack. And then I start frantically trying to heal back as much of the health that I'm missing as I can. In between sorting this out. Alright, so we're brewed down. Now we're not. Don't do that to me. Haven't missed a prayer on this guy in like 10, maybe 15 runs, so that's pretty bad actually that happened. But that's okay. Alright, inventory management wise, this needs to be here. I need to drink that, switch this on, full swap, attack, and it doesn't actually really matter how far I take this down. I just need to leave him enough HP that I can just sort of tap it at the very end. So we'll go to about there. We'll ambrosia up a little bit, and we'll stop. Switch to mage gear, and go for that 3 down. Not gonna catch me like lacking on that one, yes, some bitch. Absolute worst spec of any boss in this entire raid, Thunder Skulls. Ugh. It mostly just makes me mad, I think, because it's been a raid ender for me so many times. Like, you get half an hour into the raid and get killed by that, it's kind of hard to have a good day after that. Alright, perfect. Should be down any second here. And I think we're even skipping a final Thunder Skulls. I somehow messed up and had melee pants on, but that's fine. So I'm going to grab my, where is it, my scarabs out of here. Just heal up as much as I can with this. Get my spec ready. And as soon as that refreshes, I'm going to go for a spec. It hasn't yet. You know what, screw it, we'll go for one then. It's a 45. It's a boy. I mean, I'm standing here anyway. Why wouldn't I? Oh, that's the end of my specs. So I'll just do that, because I bloody well can. One of these days, maybe I'll actually do a full melee kill just for fun. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, I'm going to go ahead and crush one of these, because I want to see if that brings me all the way back from 16 to full, or if that ends up wasting prayer. I've been meaning to experiment with the scarabs, and we got a nice calm situation in which I can do so. So it lasts another 10 seconds. Brought me from 14 so far to about 58, 66, 73... Okay, so it's actually less prayer per scarab than I thought it was, but it's basically one full prayer bar per click. Also, I don't know if I'm salted right now, and I'm too lazy to look, so I'm just going to click that, because I've still got 2 of them. And usually by now I don't. I just didn't resalt during Krondus. And it's probably a good thing I didn't. If I had have resalted, I probably would have been a little cockier, and then I would have ended up dying on that little situation that we had there that left me at about 20 HP. Anyway, 70% to go. It's a nice easy fight. Might even just turn those off for little bits here and there as we go, just to sort of preserve myself. We got loads of time left on that 40-minute timer. I did land a just absolute haymaker of a 45 with the BGS spec plus everything after it. Its defense is going to be as reduced as humanly possible, so yeah, it's not like we're going to miss with this thing. Skull skipping tutorial for anyone who hasn't watched any of the VODs yet. The first one, you just start spam clicking on the skulls. The second one, you wait until the first prayer, and then after you've prayed against the first attack, start spam clicking on the skull. The next one will be skip 1 rock and or 2 prayers. And then the final one will be skip 2 rocks. I'll explain that as soon as we're at 40 and 20%. Yeah, we've got 3.5 minutes of prayer left if I'm just using protection prayers, so... But if I put this on and just leave it be, it goes down to 1 minute and 8 seconds, so... Actually, thinking about that, if I have 1 minute and 8 seconds at that much of a bar of my prayer... 1 minute and 35, so I've got about 1 minute and 45 seconds per full... I should really be thinking in terms of like how many doses equals how much time for prayer potions, if you're wondering what I'm just kind of muttering under my breath about. Anyway, that's 1 prayer, and 1 rock dodged, and 2 prayers, and we start clicking. 2 attacks from the crocodile, if you'd rather think of it that way, but 2 prayer checks is usually what I think of him as. Anyway, next one is going to be 2 dodged rocks. A little bit of wasted prayer there, but not too bad. Thought I was lower than I was. Okay, so as soon as you get here, we dodge 1. We dodge 2. And then we click. Ah, shit. I went when the rock was coming instead of when the attack was coming. I got confused, don't mind me. Don't do that. See why I don't do insanity mode. Anyway, I'm gonna full heal as high as I can possibly full heal here. We're gonna go for the double BGS as soon as this phase starts. I think that was a whiff. That wasn't. 58, goddamn. Calm down. Now just back to the old 1, 2, 3 shoot. I find this is the least kind of scary version of how to fight this thing and how to like time out your movement. And just shoot whenever you're on a safe tile of at least 3 movements. Or you could always just put one of those like tick timer calculator plugins on. I think those are probably the easier way to do that, but this is just what I'm used to. But if I need more prayer, I'm just going to crush a scarab to be sure. And we're done. 36 minute, 41 second raid for 4.89% chance. Which should go up to about 4.95 here in a second. First raid of the day, 4.96 even. Oh, we got a purple! First raid of the day, boys. And or girls. Since I've been told those things do play RuneScape now and then. Got a good sip of the coffee going here. What's it gonna be? Is it going to be the 3rd ring I've gotten in a row? Chomping at the bit here. 1 in 24 chance I double my bank right now. 1 in 3 chance I make 4.5 mil. Well, they've gone up, actually, 4.8. Well, I guess I'm changing the stream title. Try for 46 raids only to make 4.8 mil off of something that could have made me 300. Ah well, that's still a payday. I mean, it's a third of a bond if you want to look at it that way. And it's a break to the purple streak, or to the no purple dry streak, if nothing else. By the way, I don't have a shadow, nor have I ever had a shadow. This is just an icon. Well, I gotta tell you, I'm a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, I'm really happy to no longer be on a dry streak. I'm gonna take just a couple seconds, stretch my legs, stretch my fingers, go have a piss real quick, get myself ready for the next raid. Because if you get a purple, you have to go again, no matter what time it is. I mean, you gotta go for the back-to-back, right? I didn't realize I was on a Toa world until just now. Oh, Jesus, some of these people are running 500s, and yeah, I think I'll stick to my little old 315. Now, I did say that I would be willing to change the invos up at after I've gotten a purple, but I'm really liking this raid. This is a really solid, easy enough, but difficult enough kind of a raid. I don't know. I'll think about learning Insanity someday, but I don't think this is going to be it. Anyway, back in a sec. Alright, I'm all set. You know, if every chest was a ring, and this is just me kind of trying to think of some kind of cope so I don't have to complain about the fact that I've gotten 4 rings in a row? That was ring number 8 anyways, as far as my purple table drop rates have gone. But I was just thinking, if you were to get a ring every single time at their current price, that'd be... shit, about 9 mil an hour. Not too bad for a piece of content I actually kind of enjoy. Oh, that's in the wrong place. Shit, where... oh, okay. Where is my... there it is. A Vernic Defender. Okay, switch, attack. And get rid of the monkey here. Okay, I think we're back on track finally. If I just kind of run around this in a circle and then do that. Did not need to be praying mage that long either, but that's fine. Now I do. Oh, Jesus! Okay. Almost got hit massive for that. Okay, that's going to be 2 attacks, that's fine. Okay, so I only actually have to be 2 tiles away from that, that's good. Good to know, at least. Things I should have been messing with earlier, learning actual good, useful tricks in the monkey room, like how to use the exploding monkeys to your advantage. Okay, that's not gonna help. That's just gonna blow up right here, isn't it? It's fine if it does, but I gotta worry about this one now, too. If I can put it right beside the range one. Oh my god. I got rid of, like, everything. Alright. Thank you, exploding monkey. So I think that's the entire room, actually. Yeah, goddamn. That was like the fastest monkey room I think I've ever done, minus the thralls at the end. Nice. 103 HP left, so I did take a little bit of damage, but not a huge amount. I think that was when I was running around with Mage Grey on. So we'll swap this to here. Go for a full melee swap, and then that. So you just slide that up there. Okay, that'll make things a lot easier later in the fight, so my inventory isn't a giant cluster of Fs. Okay, first hit's a good enough spec, so we don't need any more. I do have Fear the Gap on, Mind the Gap, whatever it's called. Don't fall in the goddamn hole in the middle. So I've got to be a little bit cautious about that, but not super cautious. %, yeah, that's not worth the try. That's a bad choice, but we'll see. Might actually have saved me going over here, or it might have screwed me, we'll see. Don't do the black attack on the ground right now. I feel like it's going to. No, it didn't. Didn't realize I was still using the blowpipe. I thought I had the... that's not good. Inventory is probably a little out of whack now, but that's okay. Alright. We're all set. Nice, easy Baba fight now. You know, I love seeing XP drops that are in the low single digits and double digits using a 200 mil range setup, but that's fine. At least it hit. Can't blame it for low rolling, that's just bad luck. Speaking of bad luck, you son of a bitch, you put everything in the middle? I'm not even going to attack him. It'd be my luck, I'd manage a max hit right then. Are you kidding me with this? I'll mind your... Oh, I don't think I've... I feel like if I say I'll mind your gap, that comes across much different than I intended. I'm just gonna shoot the boulders and stop talking. Alright, resurrect the skeleton, turn on the prayer, shoot the monkey, win the game. I feel like I want this to be purple. Yeah. That looks better. Very, very more thematic for Tombs of Amascut. Not really monkey colors, but I'll take it. Anyway, we got 4 specs. I bought the whole sword. I'm going to use the whole sword. Oh, don't do that. Well, that was probably a wasted dose of Prey Pot, but at the same time, it's 1 Prey Pot versus 1 dose of Prey Pot versus 6 minutes of my time. I think that's probably a fair trade-off, don't you? Anyway, we're going to avoid that room, so we're going this way. To anyone watching this in the future, or to anyone in chat right now, out of curiosity, do you also skip the obelisk room in Kefrey, or do you do that one? Because I've heard that that's one of the fastest rooms if you know how to do it, and apparently I bloody well don't, because I just end up taking a bunch of unnecessary damage 9 times out of 10. Now, the catch-22 is it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy because I've done all the other rooms so much more than that room that I'm obviously going to be better at the other rooms. But I just hate the obelisks for some reason. And apparently I hate clicking accurately. There we go. Alright, we're starting with star, and then W. And then boot. And then diamond. And finally, knives. I really find it fun sometimes watching just how far the true tile indicator gets ahead of my character on that puzzle. Before we screw something up in this one, for this room I always forget to do this, but I'm going to want these two items close to each other. So, we're running in with the spec on. That's ready. We might as well summon a thrall instantly, and good fucking god, it hit a 34. I can't believe my eyes. I'll do it again. Alright, even harder that time, I think. I just saw the XP drop. I didn't even see the, Okay, well, Kefrey doesn't have XP this time, I guess. Okay, not good, not good. Okay. Yellow clicking all over this raid. We'll just pretend it's the adrenaline rush from that amazing purple that I got from last raid. I was really hoping that I could take him down without him summoning the eggs, but that's fine. I'm gonna wait here for just a second and then go. That manages to avoid not only the damage of the exploding eggs, but the exploding scarab misses me, so I get 3 full attack cycles here, which was almost enough. Well, that's about the best that's gone in recent memory. Do I get this hit? Oh, I do. Nice. Oh, that's gonna hit me. Thought I had one more tick there, and I didn't. $37 doesn't move it. Nice. 34, and that's kind of best case scenario. Oh wow, that literally is best case scenario. We 3-shot the mage. This, however, is what, 4, 5, 6 attacks? Something like that? Either way, timed out for Kefrey's stand-up, so that's fine with me. And that was the last of the summonable scarabs, so we're all set for a nice easy Kefrey. Oh Jesus, unless I do that. You know what, just go stand in the corner. Shit, okay, literally. Okay, so I'm not going to resummon my thrall. I'm going to do my best not to get stuck in the poop. And just in case I do, I'll make sure my prayer isn't completely zero here so that I have a chance to Kara-spec my way out of this. So, ideal situation, we get pooped on any second now. Perfect. So now we can just move over here, and this is the whole rest of the fight now. Oh, Jesus. Okay, and now I do need to keep protection prayers up because I accidentally yellow-clicked my way into that. But that's fine. Not in any danger, just I either need to keep my protection prayers up or finish the fight immediately. It's not like we're poisoned or anything. Oh, 3 misses. Okay, I guess we will use offensive prayers then, you dick. You want it that way. You get the full brunt of my single-digit damage. 3 in a row. Wouldn't that be embarrassing to die at Kefrey because you screwed up one of the fireballs near the end? Because I've totally never done that before. Anyway, we have a double salt raid, ladies and gentlemen. This will be an absolute cakewalk. And to add insult to injury for the enemies, it just so happens to... Where the hell is my... Oh, I see what's happened here. The DDS has ended up jammed up into there somehow. As insult to injury goes for the enemies, it's also going to be a level 1 het. So, gave me about the easiest damn raid it could have. If I get double ambrosia, then it's actual cakewalk mode. Like, we can just be ignorant with supplies if that happens. I didn't grab the water container because my inventory is full. Good job. This was supposed to go back in here, but when I right-clicked on it, it was still a 2-dose smelling salt, so it didn't actually interact with the supplies container correctly, it looks like. How unfortunate. Is that a one-shot that looked like it? Oh, 20. Where is it going? Was it going all the way into the trap here? What? Okay. What's in that crocodile water? Pass some of that shit around. Did I not just... I am so fucking lost right now. I ran back there and like both of those water supplies are... We're just not going to talk about it. And I might actually be blind, but I'm pretty sure that just spawned in on top of it. So that's interesting. You know what? This might be a cursed raid at this point. I talk too much shit about it being too easy. Jagex is always listening. Oh, you son of a bitch. Whatever, we got 6 minutes assault, we got a BGS spec or 2 loaded, Thrall is summoned, wrong prayers on right now, good god. I've played this game before, I swear, we hit a 36. Alright, level 2 Zabac, so it should be pretty easy, but it does mean 2 slot waves. As long as we don't mess up any of the solves, really don't see much happen. Just kind of a sit back and relax situation, check back in about 3 minutes and make sure that I'm not yelling at the screen. So we're doing waves first, which means we have the opportunity to potentially skip the final solve if we get it fast enough. It's unlikely, but it's possible. Not convinced that's gonna... okay. I don't like being this close to Zabac, but that's fine. I don't think we're in melee range. Getting the hell out of here as soon as I possibly can either way, but... I do feel like that might have actually been within melee range. Oh, don't spawn them there right now. Gonna have to deal with waves. You dick. Alright, that worked out fine. And immediately into the solve. Okay. It's gonna be that way, is it? Why did I not just push this? I don't know what I was thinking with that first one. That's the problem, I wasn't thinking. Anyway, that should be pretty well the end of the fight. It was wave solve, so now we just gotta worry about blood attacks and... Right now it's gonna use one, there we go. Gonna resummon the thrall. And sit back and watch the fireworks happen. Oh, I was a little late on that. So I've got tons of prayer left. I really don't need to be doing the flicking back and forth nonsense, but there we go. Level 1 Akka. Let's do it. Last one to go. We got 3.5 prey pots for one boss. Super restores, whatever. Why did it just... okay. It kind of seemed like it spawned in and then shifted for a split second, but I've had some issues during this raid that I don't really know how to explain, so we'll just assume that that was normal part of it. Which way are you going? You going up and down? No. Okay. Oh. I guess there's not a tile between there, never mind. Thought there was. Alright. That should do it. That's what, about 200 XP a raid? Just have to do another 1,000 raids to hit level 90, that's fine. Alright. Grab the other salt. And let's go. First attack's a full-on miss. That's not a good sign. But the Bofa is making up for it pretty quick. Because it is a double salt raid, I'm just going to crush one right now. Oops, didn't need to do that. And I don't know about anyone else, but I always like orienting this so I'm in the bottom left quadrant like this. Level 1 Akka means that we only have 4 center puzzles the next time that it switches when it goes to Prey Mage. And the reason that's important is that it means that I've got a lot less time to actually get to the first one than what I'm used to. So I need to be a little bit careful about that, but not super careful. Should be switching any time now. There it is. We got a free attack there. Alright, the 4 are going to be yellow, black, yellow, white. Sure would be great if this would land. There we go. Yeah, so now it switches to melee, and because I'm right on top of this one already, I don't need to worry about the spec. While I'm not really sure about people that say that the blowpipe is technically the best DPS against the shadows, I will admit, the Bofa does just shred them. So we got black, red, white, yellow. So it never really seemed like a sensible move to me to switch, but I could try switching for the next shadow just for the hell of it. Or whenever the next time that I'm in range gear is. I mean, I do have one with me. It's got amethyst darts in it. It's fully charged and ready to go, and the only other thing that I'm shooting it at is those scarabs, so it seems like a bit of a waste of darts. I think I just didn't bother changing them out because I realized if I'm using a... what do you call it? An assembler. But it really doesn't cost anything to use the highest tier bolts, or the highest tier darts, rather. It's not really much of a difference. Yellow, white, red, black. See, like, if that was a 5, then I would have definitely had time to switch my range gear on there. So I'm going to have to carry a spec here coming up, so I'm going to keep my prayer good and high. And ideally I want it to switch to range soon, because it's really railing me with those melee attacks right now. Couldn't quite get the prayer or apparently the necklace on in time. And we'll throw one of these on him just for fun. Okay, this is cutting it a little closer than I would have liked, but that's fine. So we're gonna pray pot. And then we got white, yellow, black, yellow. Cakewalk. So if I can take this down by 20% before it switches to melee, that would be ideal, because then I don't have to switch back to my range gear and then back to my melee gear. That 48 is going to help a lot. We're on 33 HP, so the Kara spec is definitely happening here. So hopefully get this last hit. Yes. Oh god. It's not worth it over one sip of potion. It's just not worth it. Oh, that's beautiful. 2 ambrosias. We can just be an absolute glutton with our stuff now. So I'm going to go into this with a BGS equipped. I no longer need it, so it can stay there. And we want 5 items out of here, which are going to be pink, yellow, scroll, blue, and white. And at a personal preference, I always like having them like this. 2.5 minutes on the salt, so that's not really an issue. We'll drink this. Talk to you, turn our prayers on, and first BGS spec is not bad, a 14. Into a 72, we don't need any more. Moving at about 70 HP right now. 69's fine, we have enough regen where it's going to carry me all the way back up. And I could Kara spec, but there's literally no incentive for me to, so I'm going to ambrosia this as long as we're really low. By the time, well, you know what, I'll hold off and think about it. If it seems like I'm going to take 2 hits, then I'll Kara spec the first one, ambrosia the second one. And then that way I'm going into the second fight full on everything. But it's looking like this is just going to be an absolute just massacre of the obelisk at this point. As long as we don't get a whole lot of low rolls or misses, we should be just about fine to not take any excess damage. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and eat that now. That's the end of it. Good. I'm going to want the dagger here, and mage gear goes on. Let's do it. Let's do it, I said. Come on, there we go. And for the hell of it, I'll even summon a mage thrall just to see if it really makes any kind of a noticeable difference. If I'm going to summon any kind of thrall, it's going to be mage. And watching my points, I was a little bit worried when I summoned it that it wouldn't give me any for some reason for thrall damage, but it definitely is. Has this thing done anything with range attacks so far? Good God. Are we doing a whole phase without me having to switch my protection prayer? Is that what I'm seeing right now? Because that's what it sure goddamn looks like. I had to turn it back on once, but it was onto the same damn prayer. Okay, I think I might have broke the Warden, or I just had an incredibly weird RNG there. I've never seen it only use range attacks or only use mage attacks for an entire phase. But here we are. Maybe having the thrall broke its AI or something, I don't know. Kinda doubt it. Okay, that goes here. That goes here. And we summon a range thrall. I never usually bother summoning one here as well, because it just feels like it's wasting prayer, but at the same time, for the amount of time that I've got my offensive prayers on, I'm probably wasting a lot more that way. Oh, that would have been horrible if that hit me. Super rough. So, because I'm going to be smacking this a few times anyway, I'm just going to hit it twice and then start specking. So we're doing an intentional 3 down. I have the ability to hit it, is it 10 times, I think, right now? I'll go for one more. That should do it. Gives me lots of time to switch all that stuff, and we're back. Honestly, I think just having the thrall out, making this go a little bit faster, probably saves me as much prayer as it ends up using. Thinking about it. Even if I'm not using offensive prayers, any amount that it speeds this phase up is an amount of time that I don't have to have my prayers on in the first place. Oops. So I'm sure it's helpful. I'm going to start summoning a thrall here. I don't know why I just decided never to try that. Really just got into a habit of doing so many things at once here that I just got overwhelmed. That'd be the most likely culprit. So we're going to grab the BGS. I'm going to whack this, and it doesn't matter that I'm brewing myself down because I'm going to want to go into the next phase with pretty much full HP. Let me grab that Scarab. We'll go for one more, maybe. Yeah. Okay, BGS specs. 24. Ooh, 64. No need to do any more, but as I've said before, I bought the whole sword. I'll use the whole damn sword. Now, can we go for a back-to-back purple? I do have almost as many rings as I have fingers at this point, so kind of hoping that we get something a little bit different. Hell, at this point, I would be happy just to get the Eladini's Ward a third time. I'm just kind of tired of seeing the rings. Alright, skill skip number 1. We spam click. Good things happen. Resummon this little fella. And I don't even really need to worry about prayer based on previous experience, because there's been previous raids that I've been already kind of running out of Tears of Eladinas at this point. And I've still got 4 ambrosias. 3 ambrosias. 3 doses of ambrosia. Whatever. So effectively that's around 265 prayer or so. Plus 2 scarabs, that's another 160 or so. So yeah, I think we're just fine. Whenever this wants to go into its next phase, there we go. Skillscape number 2. Just go ahead and switch your defensive prayers on, start clicking. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I was hoping that yellow click was going to end me on the middle platform, but that's just fine. We got tons of yellow potions left that I'm just not going to end up using, probably. Aside for that specific event. And we'll go right up to full, why not? Feels like this phase is taking a little longer. I haven't been watching how much damage I've dealt, but I have seen the XP drops popping up, so... must be doing something. Alright, first skip with rocks. Tasty, tasty rocks. You dodge 1 rock. You make sure that the prayer doesn't need to be switched. Then you start spam clicking. We're about 2 minutes away from seeing if we can get a back-to-back purple. I'm excited. Alright, final skull skip coming up any second here. There it is. So we dodge 1 rock. We dodge 2 rocks. We hope that we don't have to switch pyramid run, but we might. Start clicking. Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna kind of lock in and figure out where everything is in my inventory that I'm about to need. Looks good. I'm gonna do 1 more of those right now. 7, 6, and here we go. That's a miss. That's Pray Mage and actually hit the spec button. Okay, that's a double miss, so it was just a big waste of time, but that's okay, it happens. I mean, I am playing RuneScape after all. So, what I need to do right now is resummon my Thrall so I don't have to worry about little bastard. Do a little dance. Shoot a few arrows. Not doing much tonight. Ooh, that was almost stupid. And we'll go ahead and smash one of these things into our forehead. However, how would you expect that you would consume a scarab that gives you prayer points back over time? Personally, I feel like it's like a head-on apply directly to the forehead situation. And I'm really disappointed with the damage that we're doing right now. Can't stay here. Step. We're gonna have to last row this math. I'm not the best at that. As you see, I just healed 16 to lose 20. Shit. It's fine, we have 3 Ambroses left. I don't quite know why I'm not doing any damage right now, but where the fuck is it? Okay, we're fine. Major panic there, but... Okay, move. Oh shit, there's nowhere I can move that I won't take damage there. Just gonna Ambrosia that again. How the fuck is it still alive? Am I, like, not salted or something? Is that the joke? I'd have to look back through the stream, but I feel like I might have just done most of that fight without being salted at the end. Because I mean, I just smashed the last one. Shit, I don't know. Either way, we got through it at 4.91 for no back-to-back, unfortunately. But 422k. I see about a 2k overage in that number, personally. And I'm gonna go ahead and hide the public chat, or even turn it off entirely. So apparently I'm doing this in a Toa world, so yeah. So here's our loot from the past. 37 Tombs of Amascut, 17.5 mil. Wait, what? Really? How the hell is it calculating that? This ring is 5. Okay, apparently. Still, that's over 37 runs, and you can see from my collection log for this. that was ring number 8, actually. I thought that was number 7. Never bothered chasing the Cursed Phalanx or the Metaphyte Ornament kit. I mostly just wanted the Missouri crafting kit out of those ones. Because it looks so much better with the Missouri set. I think if I ever get any more of this, then I'll probably keep whatever pieces I get just to have a set of Missouri. Because I just don't right now. But, anyway. I'm going to just step away for just a second here. Freshen my drink. And then we'll do another run. Alright, I just need to sort something out here. I got a bit of something in my eye, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, here we are. So, That was number 31 on experts. Part of me wants to maybe do some duos or trios or something with some people that I actually trust off stream. But the problem is, I kind of want to have it on stream if I go to staff. Even if there's nobody here chatting, it's at least a nice record of it. I can keep the VOD forever even if I want to unlist it. I can download it a lot easier, and it's... I'm just not going to record hundreds and hundreds of TOA runs. I'm not going to spend a few $100s on hard drives just to do that. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So, somehow I managed to bring in my extended anti-poison, which is not at all useful to me here. Shit. Of course you spawned right there, didn't you? Did we at least one-shot the thrall? We did. Beautiful. And that's in the wrong place. Put that there. Smack you. Or that. Smack this one. Switch prayers, maybe even in time. Okay, I think the next wave is already pretty much spawning now. And then it's going to be ranged up here with 2 exploders that I'm just going to leave right there. Oh, come on. Followed me way further than I thought it was going to. Oh, shit. I'm on Prey Mage right now. Why am I on Prey Mage? Not the Thrall, the Brawlery doofus. I should have prayed on that, but that's fine. And I did it again. Damn it. Okay, if I play this right, I should be able to step like that and take 45 damage. Fantastic. Wonderful even. Exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, well I can see this one, I'm going to go for him. Apparently not. No, I'm not. We're going to be a little low on supplies this raid anyway because I screwed up and somehow managed to bring one of my pre-pots with me. So it's not really great that I took that much damage in this room, but it's okay. Oh my god, they just never end. Like a few of them ended up stacked because of the way that I ran. Wait, can you stack these damn things? I could have stacked them and then blown them up, but that would be the play. Oh no, oh you son of a bitch, shoot him, don't crumble the roof. Okay. I might have to mark thralls with some sort of color of some sort, like something neutral, like I don't want to make them white, that's gonna stand out. Maybe like brown? I don't know. Everything else is pretty much color-coded to what I need to pray against it, so I'll deposit that in the bucket between rounds, but for right now we need to get our melee set on. So I'm gonna Karis spec right now, and then I'm gonna wait a sec, and I'm gonna change the stream title while I'm at it. There we go. So, did that waste enough time? Perfect amount of time, we're at 45%. Hop in here, throw this stuff on, and spank the monkey? No, we hit a 0. Well, waited for nothing. So far, this raid has been a little bit cursed. I accidentally brought one of my pre-pot potions in by mistake, so I'm one pre-pot low, which is fine. I usually end the raid even if I'm being kind of lazy with my flicking and kind of gluttonous with my prayer use, with sometimes 2 or even 2.5 potions. I'm gonna probably take the monkeys out based on how this is going right now. Oh Jesus, no, I'm not. Never mind, that one's gonna just go ahead and stay alive then, I guess. There. Just the way this is going, I don't feel good about it. See, like, look at this bullshit. He's using that attack. He's already phased while he did it, so he's just trying to push me into the void. What a dick. Alright. We're back on track either way. Baba be damned. That's gonna hit me, isn't it? No, we're good, actually. A little bit riskier than I probably should have made that. That's gonna screw me up if I don't switch that over. Now, here's the question. Do we just go for another BGS spec? Of course we do. Okay, 31. And the reason that we love BGS specs to actually land is because it makes the ranging it while there's boulders coming at me phase have a lot less defense. And the lower that is, the more effective my range attacks are going to be against them. No, don't do that. That should do it. Now, why the hell I'm praying mage is anyone's guess, but it seems to have worked because I still have 96 HP. So sometimes you just don't question things. This is one of those times. How long was I praying mage? How did I not take damage? What the hell just happened? These are questions that just really don't need to be answered. We're just fighting a monkey. And massively missing every single shot. Did we even hit a single shot with that? Wow. That was kind of embarrassing. And then as soon as my offensive prayer is off, I hit 2 in a row. Okay. That's fine. Totally fine. Either way, we got enough for 2 specs here. Probably enough for 3 by the time this is done. We do, but can we make this run? Actually, I might not. Ooh, I got a little bit dicier than I would have liked. Would have served me right for getting greedy with the specs instead of saving them for an emergency Keras. But either way, as much of a screw-up as this has been, that raid is done. I'm gonna... Oh, it doesn't actually show up until... Okay, didn't know. Never really had to put things in the pot other than right at the end of the raid, so... I guess that shows up after Kefrey. Never mind. Anytime. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Oh, okay, that's weird. Oh. Yeah, whatever, we know what it is. Holy shit, we hit 2 BGS in a row last time and 2 BGS in a row this time. 2 raids in a row is what I was trying to say that we actually hit a BGS spec in. But we just landed them both, so... Alright, cool. I don't think we get this hit. No, we don't. I was kind of thinking the other day, what actually would be the next inline upgrade for what I'm using for raids? I've tried a Void Waker before, and I gotta tell you, I'm just not really sold on it. But at the same time, thinking about it, the DDS is just so that I can get a 2 down. And if I'm not trying to get a 2 down anymore, I guess I could probably substitute it for a Void Waker and just use that as a spec weapon. But generally speaking, the only time I'm going to be using it, I could also just Fang spec and it's probably going to do a similar amount of damage. It's just not going to be a guaranteed hit. Although I guess it is nice to have a 100% chance of finishing off a boss if you're at like 10 HP left and you know, throw a Void Waker spec at it or something. And they've come down so far in price, it's a little worrying. There can't be that many of them floating around. But then again, I guess people probably bought the crap out of wilderness bosses for the profit. Yeah, I'll save that. And I kind of forgot that I was going to be low on prayer, so we're going to definitely want to lazy flick Kefrey. Or not use offensive prayers at all, whichever. So basically, because I am likely going to end up taking double salt adrenaline, the only situation that would allow me to justify taking anything other than the power chest, or the power helpful spirit gift bundle, whatever you want to call it. That's a little unfortunate that that got all the way to the poop phase, but that's fine. The only thing that would actually be sensible for me to take other than power would be if maybe Chaos somehow had an ambrosia and what do you call it? Salt? Oh, Jesus Christ, that would have been bad. But that's really unlikely. Either way, we'll see what the spirit gives me. I'm a little bit worried about how this is going to go based on just my horrible luck and also personal stupidity at the start of this raid. Oh, we'd be pooping. Like, technically I could have jammed it down there, but that's fine. We're on the second last health bar as it is, so it should be pretty quick. 24 seconds on the Thrall, and 41 seconds on Kefrey. 41 seconds, 41%, sorry, on Kefrey. So Thrall should disappear at a really convenient time for me here if I'm lucky. Yeah, so that's gone, and I'm gonna wait, because I know I'm gonna get shat on any second now. There it is. I'm gonna run up and bonk. And again. And we're good. $50% HP Kefrey, 80 HP me. Yeah, there's no real point to using a supply for this, I would say. Not yet, at least. Alright, we can finally drop off our whoopsie daisy potion. Reminds me of that, is it the Gnome Chomsky? Oh, actually, that's funny, the Chaos Chest is pretty good. The Gnome Chomsky, achievement in... Fuck, what was it? Left 4 Dead? Where you have to carry the gnome all the way through things. That's what it made me think of there. Anyway, we're gonna do level 1 Krondus, because they're both split at level 1. I would rather have level 1 Krondus when the boss fight against phase 3 and 4, so we'll just do this. And curiosity compels me to try and whack this crocodile with a fang, just because I can. Seems like an appropriate choice. It basically never misses in raids, right? So it's fine. After the cluster of absolute fucks that went on the last time I was in this room, pretty much anything is going to be better than that. Okay, this might be not the greatest idea. I will never do this again. Save me by just hitting, please. Thank you. Okay, that took 5 attacks for that to land, so we're never doing that again. Well, to land enough damage. Anyway, that test is test concluded. Do not melee the crocodiles. Okay. Let's do this. We got the BGS to whack with. We got this all set up. I'm in mage gear. There we go. That's much better. You know what? I'm just going to take the 47 and run. Don't love that. So what was the actual correct option there? I guess maybe push this one just straight forwards from the back row? This feels like it'd take too long. Don't you do it. Okay, we're already back into waves. 15 seconds on the thrall. I'm gonna get up here so that I can get around this, and we're beautiful. Oh, that's why this is going so fast. It's a level 1. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Last one was a level 2. That's gotta be it. I mean, the 46 or 47 or whatever it was on the BGS didn't hurt. Oh, Christ. What do I do in this situation? Here, I guess? I mean, yeah, I'm poisoned, but does it really matter? We'll see. Now it does. Okay, we're just not going to play around with it. I'll just run down here and heal. Oh, Jesus. Alright, now we're in turbo mode. I'm gonna jump back to my normal spot. Resummon the thrall. One more sip of that, because 2 of those is way more than I'm gonna ever possibly need it. Akka, I was not fast enough on that. And we can just settle in nicely. Solid little 44 into a 51. Another big hit. We got a 39, just ignoring the blood spawn entirely because I forgot about that. Whoops. Oh well. You know, I guess technically it does give me more points to deal more damage here, so I wonder if there's actually a meta of just letting the blood splats hit you the entire way through that fight, so that it heals the crocodile. And you know what? I might be an idiot and just try that the next time. Just intentionally avoid all the damage that I can from the, what do you call it? Blood barrage? Just try and milk the points out of that room as much as possible. And again, it doesn't really add that much. We're at 9,500. We usually end the raid with like 20,000, so I'm thinking that pretty much all of it must be from the Wardens. Never really thought to look at what I'm going into that fight with. I'm guessing maybe 12,000? Kind of hoping for somewhere in that ballpark. Really getting tired of the 3 mirror solve. There it is. Whoops. Didn't get it in time, and I might, maybe, actually, am I gonna one down this? I dicked around trying to do the little shimmy thing there. Oh yeah, plenty of time. Okay, we got 2 doses of, 8 doses of Prey Potion, and 1 little boss left. It's a level 2 Akka, so I need to worry about the center attack going off 5 times. And away we go. So we're gonna shoot Akka until it gets to 80%. And that should do it. Based on what an absolute unit this bow just was against Akka, I'm just gonna try and stay as much range this time as I can. Usually I try and stay melee. Never mind, this has gone to shit. So we have white, red, white, red, white. Now the real question, do I take it down to 60% fast enough that it doesn't switch to mage and I can actually run to the shadow? Or do I have to switch to range as soon as it does mage? Yeah, it's gonna be range. Okay. There's the sensible move. So now I can just do this. I have no idea why I just switched to melee, but yellow, white, yellow, black, red. Shit. Well, only one hit me at least. That is not good. Okay, we're fine. Just had a little bit of a hyper derp moment there, don't mind me. Just on the principle that I know I'm going to at some point have to use my Karis spec. I'm going to try and keep my prayer nice and high throughout the fight. Crap. Okay, we only missed 1 attack cycle, it should be fine. We'll throw a spec in for the hell of it. Center puzzle is going to be red, so we can stay for one more attack. Black, yellow, white, red. That was a little close, but not too bad. Tons of time on the shadow this time. Probably the next time it gets to melee, I'm gonna have to switch to the Keras and throw another Keras spec, but we're at full spec, so that should be just fine. So we're black, red, black, yellow, white. Okay, feeling good about this. Means I shouldn't have to switch to any other gear here. I can just Keras spec as soon as it goes down. Oh Jesus, no, don't do that. I'm removing that prayer from there at some point in the near future. So I want to go this into, oh, I didn't get him in time, into a melee throw, and we might as well throw the last spec on him. Oh, that's a lot. Nice. Single ambrosia, but we got 2 scarabs. That's helpful. Did not mean to grab the scarab. Didn't have prayers up. Ah well. Hit a 69. Nice. I feel like something weird happened there, because I have 75 HP left. Am I missing some? What the hell just happened? Why do I have so much health left? I didn't use the ambrosia. Huh. That's just weird. I'm actually gonna Keras spec my way out of this, I think. Then hope for the best on these hits. Yes! Okay. I don't think I'm taking any damage from that. This goes here, and we switch to mage. Summon a mage thrall, because that actually did seem to make a pretty noticeable difference in speed the last time. Grab my prayer back, and we are golden. I think I'll just summon melee mage thralls, as far as the thralls in this phase situation goes. I might just not even bother for the range one, because my range gear does so much more than my mage gear seems to. But it seems sort of a waste, maybe. Shit, that's a whack, not a spec. It's fine. We don't need to do a perfect one this time anyway. So that's 5, and do we hit this? We do. Thought it might have been 1 game tick late on that, but I wasn't. Always good to see it. So we need to switch this back up to here, and wouldn't be a bad idea to drink a whole bunch of nectar right now, I think, to make sure that we're not going to run into trouble. I'm going to have to do that anyway. Okay, the rheostats are back to full. I have no idea if this is going to be 8 or 10. Actually, it's right on 60%. So I'm just going to whack away at this point. I'm looking for a 3 down anyway, so this is 100% going to be fine. It was, okay. It was only 8, not 10. I was kind of expecting a little bit more time with that, but that's okay. And I did say I would summon Mage Thralls for this part just to see if it made a noticeable difference. Oh, good. Thunder Skills. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, and that bullshit. Tried to stick me right where there was a Thunder Skill, you son of a bitch. Might not be the brightest idea, but I am going to brew up a little bit. And then one of these. Not necessarily because it resets my stats, just because I needed prey. Okay, we set up for the final boss fight. I'm gonna grab the BGS and just whack this a few times while I'm getting ready. Killer444, if you beg in this stream, you'll just be banned from this stream. If you want information on how to play the game, I'm more than happy to have the conversation, but no begging. Open the fuck... I'm begging the game right now to open this goddamn satchel. Okay, that took 38 damage off, or health off of me because of that. That's great. And we actually spec'd a 1. That happens way more often than I would like to admit with the BGS. It's a 35 and a 19. I'll take it. No one's coming to help you. The only help you'll get here is information. Alright, Thrall's resummoned, and honestly there's no reason not to drink all the way as far up as this nectar will take me right now. And like, yeah, it will tick down a little bit, but... Well, you haven't asked a question. How am I going to give you something that you haven't asked for? Are you brain dead? What do you want to know? Yeah, I don't add people, so no thank you. There we go. Problem solved. How's that for multitasking? Moderating and doing Toa at the same time. During a third of a four phase boss fight. We'll give him a day to think about his begging. If he comes back and begs again, we'll just fully ban him. Now then. Where was I? A sip of the tears of Elidinus. And to not run one phase early, that wasn't my brightest move. So that's fine. We can just double sip the nectar and 110 HP. That'll do it. Anytime the damage that I'm hitting wants to hit a double digit would be fantastic. No, a 6, okay. And a 4. We'll get there eventually at this rate, but Jesus Christ, can we just... There we go, at least a 31. That's more like it. 32, 42. Now we're getting somewhere. Wait, 42 is my max hit? That seems wrong. Why are we not salted? Jesus Christ, what am I doing with my life? Too busy moderating. Not busy enough salting. Okay, Thrall's about to go down. We have 3 scarabs left, so I'm going to use 1 now. That means I shouldn't have to worry about my prayer until the last phase, and then I've still got 2 more of those if I need them. Plus the pink potions as well. Yeah, this is looking good. This is looking like a solid 100% chance so far. Last raid I am almost positive that I was not salted during the final phase of Akka, so I'm gonna have to try a little harder to pay more attention to that. Anyway, we dodge 1 rock, switch prayers. We dodge 2 rocks. And we start clicking and maybe switch prayers mid-run? No, don't have to. Sweet, we get 27 seconds on the thrall, so don't need another one. 51, that's a lot more like it. No wonder I was hitting single digits if I wasn't salted. Max hit was a 38, Jesus. It took max hitting a 38 to make me realize that was happening, but missing 22 range levels in a boss fight is not a good not a good look. Mage. Here we go. Snake one of those potions in. Resummon the thrall. Switch the offensive prayer and the currently attached weapon to my character. Accidentally run into that, accept the 50, and get the hell out of dodge. And now it's just the old 1, 2, 3 shoot. Oh, whoops. Apparently it's just the 1, 2, 3. Might as well heal while I have the opportunity to get a little bit of overheal. Throw another one of those on the fire. Alright, that'll do it. Summon one more thrall just for fun. And now we just wait until the fight's over. This time I'm actually salted, so this is probably not going to be a last row, but it might be. Oh, oops. Doesn't help when you're standing on a tile that's going to damage you when you walk on to the next tile. Oh well, I think that might be an actual 5%. I don't know what I did differently that time, but no, 4.98. Damn. No purple. Ah. Are you serious? I gotta DM somebody. I gotta share this with somebody. Hold on a second. Okay, that's gonna take me a minute to get over the emotional damage of having that be my drop. Maybe Toa just isn't for me. God damn. I don't even know how to process what just happened there. That is officially the worst drop that I've ever had. Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm gonna take a second and stretch my legs because I gotta go and walk around, have a big think about that fucking drop. Like, how did I really land 99 gold bars 3 times? Why couldn't it be like Snapdragon seeds or Renara seeds or any of the good stuff that comes from... No, just, yeah, that's fine, just fill me with gold. For I am Smaug. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. Wait, what? Oh, I didn't even collect them, I just walked away. I mean, that tracks. Let's do it all again. I have a good feeling about this run. Mostly just that even if more or less every single thing goes wrong, There's no way that it's going to be anywhere near as bad as that last run. Mind you, the monkey room went pretty good last time. Whoops. Shit, don't run in the poison. Okay, no, good. Of course, I did not hit that one. Why would it? Oh, I could have used that to get out. Well, it's too late now, but it's fine. Oh, thought I could sneak that in. Wait, how are you alive right now? Okay. Apparently you're a new one. Jesus Christ, there's so many spawns right now. Please send me something to explode them with. That's the sound of a new wave. Nothing explosive. This could work. Oh yeah, look at them go. Get them all. Okay, well, we got a lot of them. Low pipe. Probably have to do, I was just thinking of that, one more puzzle for the room, maybe? It's 10 free construction XP. Okay, 101 HP. I've done worse. $34, good enough. Throw a fang spec in for good measure. No idea why I did that, to be perfectly honest, but I feel like it helped. It hit anyway. Oh, that's what's happened. Shit. Okay, no, that's completely me. I'm probably gonna die here though, so I might just have to reset this raid. I changed my, okay, I know exactly what's happened, and that's totally fine, that's on me. That confused the shit out of me the last time. This is what happened. I did a little bit of Orcath, and I completely planked and forgot that I did that. So yeah, we're 4 minutes into a raid that I'm abandoning, but at the same time, it means that I'm doing Kefrey without poison, you know, prevention. It means that I'm doing Baba and Kefrey with no potion buffs whatsoever. It just feels like kind of a poor decision. Compared to just redo the monkey room, not a big deal. Oh, oops. Okay, lesson learned. Always check your overhead prayers on your quick prayers and make sure that you're not accidentally going to end up praying mage against a goddamn giant monkey that can deal a lot of melee damage at once. You wouldn't think this is a lesson that I would actually have to learn. You would think that would be implicit knowledge. Apparently it wasn't. So we'll try again. It's only about a 5-minute loss. It's not a really big deal. And it's more chances to practice the monkey room. I think I am just going to try and focus my goddamnedest on the monkeys that drag their poisonous nutsacks across the ground. And I'm going to take that out hopefully in one shot. Nice. Okay, I have time for this. Yep. Nice. Okay, so now I need to switch. Hit both of these. Probably swap to Prey Mage, if anything. Turn off that. Whoa, shit. Jesus, where are we going? Why am I not using the bow? Hello. Okay, well, we didn't blow up, so that's good enough for me. We did take out some of these assholes as well. We never did that. Son of a bitch, I was just on my way to do it. Got a little bit panicked because my character started running when I wasn't expecting it to happen on a yellow click there, so that's on me. We're just gonna have to carry a spec at some point. Probably just before the boss, so not the end of the world. If I can get here in time. And then Brawler. Swap. Can I shoot you from there, but you can't summon from there? Is that what's happening right now? That's awesome. Now if I go all the goddamn way over here and go downtown for the green one, and then I can take out the poison ones. Probably should have gone for this first, but that's fine because the exploding one's coming. Means I can step here and maybe get a couple. Shoot you. Dump this. Oh, Jesus, run! Okay. I mean, that was what I meant to do, but I just didn't mean to make it quite that exhilarating. Can you walk somewhere that I can actually goddamn hit you? Thank you. Blowpipe. Now, the last time that I really made an odd mistake in this raid was when I brought in some of my pre-pot supplies instead of my actual potions for the raid, so I know that I can do this very easily if I screw up and only bring 5 instead of 6 of these. These are just like, I died once, maybe even twice kind of screw up level potions. So I should consider maybe bringing something else into the raid with me. I'm not sure what that would be though. The issue with it is that if I do bring something else into the raid, it's... At the end I end up with 6 inventory slots and I kind of need them all. Like I'm even sort of reaching into the bag to grab the scarab out of there at awkward times. So if I'm going to wait for 2 more rounds of that spec wheel while I have a drink. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what the right choice is. I do feel like the DDS probably could be replaced by a Void Waker at this point, but I just don't really see myself switching to it to use it in a whole lot of situations. It's a really good weapon, and it's, you know, guaranteed damage is good, but it still has a range that it has to roll. Okay, that is so much better. We're actually in the right prayers. We did not land the BGS spec. We're apparently punching this thing because for some reason that click that I clearly saw happen just didn't register server side. I guess Jagex said no. So we're basically starting the fight over now. No idea what happened there. I'm going for a greedy BGS spec probably during the break between the first rocks. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of you, and I don't see another one. Okay, look, oh shit, that's gonna hit me hard. Yep. Asshole. I don't know why this is being so difficult. I didn't even see that little bastard up there destroying one of these. Enough of that. Oh good, it didn't kill him? What the shit? No. Whatever. This raid's just pissed me off today. I don't know what's going on with this run, but I no longer feel good about it. Let's put it that way. Oh, I'm dead. Why are we not phased yet? Like, what? Oh my god. It just keeps doing so much damage to me in situations that I don't think that I'm supposed to be taking damage. But that's fine. That's totally okay. Like, okay. You know what? I'm no longer going for that greedy BGS spec. At this point, I'm going to try and carry a spec as soon as this shit here is over. We'll just call this a double Kara spec Boba fight and just be done with it. Basically the same thing as forgetting an entire prayer potion. There we go. Good enough. Got me with 2 of those already, you're not getting me with a 3rd. So an actual legitimate strategy for trying to avoid that on-the-ground damage is to stand kind of on the corner of a rock, like here, for example. So if he does that attack here, I can still run all the way around this corner and get myself to relative safety like so. Same thing from here to here, I've got all of this space that I can run through if I need to. I'm just... Okay, I guess I'm gonna put a BGS on during the switch for this phase, that's cool too. Not entirely what I meant to do, but it kinda looked cool. Yes, it's gonna be a problem if I don't start moving right now. Uh-oh. Okay. I would say I've already used up 2 whole goddamn potions on the monkey room, based on just everything that's gone wrong here. I can't afford to dick around with supplies at this point. I don't really have an explanation for how this went so badly, but it did. So, here we are. Last raid went really good. We almost had a 5% purple chance, but this one's been interesting. Oh well. We'll get there eventually. See you in about 30 minutes for the purple. Alright, that's more like it. We missed the BGS. And we hit the second one, actually. Okay. I'm happy about that. I'm just always surprised to hit a BGS at Kefrey. Probably isn't as rare as I make it out to be, but it just... So many times I've double zeroed on it. Oh, only 80,000 XP away from 99 melee. Decent. Are we getting pooped one more time, or are we going for it? Don't you do it. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. It had 1 HP, you son of... Fine. Fine. Totally fine. Less fine, okay. That was close. I don't really love being on this side, but that's okay. As long as I don't accidentally trap the mage here and end up having to range it with Bofa setup, then we should be okay. Just gotta be a little bit cautious about getting dumped on. Just have to run around the corner if it happens. Kind of expecting it to happen any second now. There it is. Alright, here we go. Kefrey is done being an asshole for a little bit. Scarab was moved. Take a little cheeky shot there for 38. $17. Holy shit, we've actually got time to shoot during this phase. Wasn't even prepared for it. No, we don't. Never mind. Even as fast as that was, I still just seem to never have enough time for that. Oh well. So what have I got here? I've got 2.5 potions. Yeah. It's not ideal. It's more than enough, but it's not ideal. So I really should lazy flick this at the very least. Sorry, 3.5, not 2.5. I don't know why I said 2.5 out loud. I knew what I meant. I have 2 full potions and 2 3 out of 4 dose potions currently in my inventory. And the senility has started to set in. Alright, so I'm just going to dump a couple specs here because I can. 3 seconds on the thrall. That gets me shat on. Beautiful. Missed that. And we'll just leave the prayers on until they run out, and then the HP until it runs out. I guess they are all in sync. I could probably even, like, lazy flick the defense. Don't want to, but I could. Anyway. No bullshit. If this isn't a double salt raid, I'm going to be a little bit in trouble, but that's fine. Okay. It's level 2 Akka, level 1 Zabac, so we're going to Akka first. Means I don't actually need to salt until the end of the puzzle room. Realistically, I think that is the most efficient pathing, is to go Baba, Kefrey, Akka, and then finish up with Zabac, but who knows? Not me. I'm just out here cosplaying Peter Pan looking for his shadow. Okay. Pickaxe is stored. Actually, I want to be wearing... Yeah, I want to be wearing range. I want to salt once. He's way the hell over there, so I'm just going to do that. And away we go. Bring around the Akka. So it's a level 2 Akka, which means that I need to worry about doing 5 of the color trick things in the center. And it should be switching range anytime now, is it? Yeah, okay, so yellow, black, red, black, red. So we have black, red, black, yellow, white. It was a little bit risky to turn off my prayer, but hey, here we are. It didn't get me killed that time, so that's good. And because I'm probably going to want to carry a spec at some point throughout the fight, it doesn't hurt to have my prayer nice and high. So I'm going to double sip this. Ooh, missed the necklace. So we got white, yellow, black, yellow, white. There and back again. And I'm going to switch to range. Oh, I only did 2 damage off prayer. That was lucky. Don't know why I didn't put mage prayer on, but I didn't. Supposedly blowpipe is the best DPS here, and we are in really good need of DPS, so let's see. That's really not good. I'm gonna die. I can't put my prayer on. There we go. Okay, so never ever going to trust that advice ever again. Anecdotal, I know, but I've always been told that you need to switch to blowpipe there. Maximum DPS, theoretically. In actual practice, every goddamn time that I've tried it, I managed to not pass the DPS check, so maybe in Crystal it's different. But either way, for now that just kind of screwed me a little bit, because now I'm going to probably have to do another Kara spec in a later part of this fight so that I don't end up on low HP for the end, but we're already at 55%. We're fine. Never mind. We're fine. We have 7 doses of prayer left for fighting the crocodile. 3.5 minutes assault. And hopefully this does it? Shit. Yellow, black, red, white, yellow. Don't know why I wasn't expecting it to be that. So as fast as the hits were on the blowpipe, it's like, no matter how fast you're going to be, you're not going to do better than the Fang. 42, another 42. Yeah, you switched to range. Next swap is going to be the center puzzle, so we might actually not need to... Might not need the last Kara spec. I'd rather not use it because it means that I can save a little bit more prayer for the final of the 4 bosses. But it's also Zabac, so I mean if I had to I could just basically not use prayer for that fight. Either way, screw it. We roll the dice. No going back now. Jesus Christ, they're all... Okay, does this work? Yes, it does. Shit. Okay, I'm getting a little bit better at dodging those. Although I refuse to try and dodge this many, so I'm just clicking and hoping. And perfect. Not perfect. Less than perfect. Let's go back. You know, it was about time that I took some damage. I'm okay with the last 23 that just wailed on me. Either way, these are the supplies that we have left for the crocodile. Which is obviously way more, like, we could still die on this boss fight and be fine to clear the raid. As long as I don't do something stupid like whatever the hell I did with the water room the last time. Okay, really thought I was taking damage there. Anyway, we strap on our melee gear, throw on the BGS, and start slapping our alligator. Crocodile? Rondus? Probably crocodile. Okay, we got a miss. Oh my god. We finally did it. We found out what our max hit with the BGS and salt is. Apparently it's a 74. Okay. No more defense for you. Oh, come on now. You had to do that right now? I mean... isn't really ideal, but if I can get this to break right in front of me, that'll do. Next up after this boss is going to be the Warden, so stay tuned to see if we can get a second purple today. I say stay tuned because the back should just be an absolute cakewalk. I don't have to wave skip or anything, it's just like a level 2. And it even hasn't been too much of a dick so far. Like, I kind of put it in its place with that 74. Oh, Jesus. Okay, almost got me lead there. He's trying to do a 74 of his own, I think. Wait, did that just count the melee okay, I've never actually had that happen like that and paid enough attention. So it does count the melee attack in his 3 attacks that he's going to do before he starts wailing on me. I'm gonna go ahead and resalt because I just hit a 48 and I know my max hit otherwise is a 51. And because this is a 2 salt raid, there's no reason for me to be stingy with them. Are we in turbo mode already? Jesus. Okay. Got a nice quick kill on this one. Didn't even let the waves get across the screen. Anyway, I have absolutely no incentive to reserve supplies aside from their actual cost, which is relatively low. So, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and camp damage bears here. Whoops. That's why I hit a 49. It wasn't actually the salt. I've had the wrong goddamn necklace on ever since the BGS. Doesn't really help when you buy a necklace and you don't wear it during the time that you're supposed to be using it. So instead of an Anguish, I had a Rancor on, which cost me about 23 accuracy and 5 strength. Or apparently 2 max hits. So we're going to be rocking melee with BGS. I ended that raid even with a lot of screw-ups and a whole 2 full potions used through the Baba room, like the monkey room into Baba. We're actually in reasonably good shape right now. So, of course it only gives me a single ambrosia, but it's still way more prayer than I could ever hope to use throughout the rest of this raid. So we got pink, yellow, scroll, blue, and white. And as always, I like this to be organized exactly the same every time if I can help it. So that I know I can go down here, drink a blue potion, summon a thrall, make sure my spec, and that is all ready, and then go. Starting strong with a 0, followed by a 20, okay. Third one's a charm. Oh, that's the one. I'm just going to step off there now. We're at 69. Perfect. Now, because I only did get 1 ambrosia, I am going to probably Karis this. So, let me just think about this for a sec. I might as well take this second to make sure my inventory is right. And actually, it looks like it is for once. Yeah, this should leave me with 3 HP, maybe 4. I'm not entirely sure. 4. It's just sometimes you have enough time to regenerate HP, sometimes you don't, you know? Okay, so we Karis spec. Oh shit, we're only at 65%. That would have got me killed. And it still might. Oh wait, I forgot about the blue potion. Okay, ignore what I just said out loud, just entirely if you wouldn't mind. Either way, we're back up to basically full stats. First spec is going to be Thunder Skulls. I don't have to move for this one at least. Nice. Didn't have to move at all. So I'm going to swap the Karis there so that that's all correct. Okay. Yeah, we're all good. As soon as this thing gets nearly there, I'm going to switch my prayer over to Piety in advance. Probably now. That XP drop probably is going to do it. Yeah. Perfect. I just like to land my 5 DDS specs into my BGS so that I have as much time as I could ever possibly want for the second down. And if I was really strained for supplies at this point, I would probably just, you know, do a 2 down. But we're absolutely not, so here we are. Not my best work. That's 4. We should get about 9 hits here. And again, intentional 3 down. If I really wanted to, I would try to go for a BGS whack right at the end. I would have tried to get that a little bit faster, but that's probably good enough. It's going to take the time to switch into mage gear, maybe brew up a little bit. So I'm going to mage thrall to speed this phase up because my mage gear is practically ornamental. Don't know entirely if that's going to miss me, but I got to step here anyway. We have 1 minute and 6 seconds left on the blue potion with 57% spec energy, and you know what that means. What time is it? It's BGS o'clock. BGS o'clock? BGS time? I don't know. It sounded better in my head. Now I just regret saying it. Either way, I'm gonna whack a big giant moving statue cocksucker with a big giant sword a bunch of times. Enjoy. Ooh, 50. It's probably not worth waiting out another spec. We've already reduced it as much as we can. So just sort of looking around at my stats here, I guess I should summon a thrall. Making sure I've got all my gear right. BGS is in the top left corner, exactly where I like it. I don't have my scarabs in my inventory, though. And that bothers me, so I'm going to have to fix that on the first skull skip. It's an easy fix, but it's an important one because I have 2 of them. And I might end up having to depend on them a little bit for prayer regen if I'm going to do things like just leave my attack prayer on all the time like this. That should be good. Got him. So because I only have 2 Ambrosias, if I'm super low on HP for some reason, then I guess the sensible move at this point is probably going to be to Kara's spec. But at the same time, I got a shit ton of these brews and no real thing to do with them, so... Typically I save the Ambrosias for the last phase so that I just don't have to be good at it. You know what I mean? Like, even if I screw up a couple of things, it's not a big deal. If I got under like 35, 40 HP, you just hit the white potion and you're fine. Matter of fact, I might even tag the damn thing with some gold around it just to really accentuate where it is when this thing gets to 60. But I'm only going to tag the full one. That way it'll remind me to refill the damn things. Yeah, I like that better. Anyway, skull skip number 2. Crawls out. Scarlet Fire is playing. Of course it is. This is a really chill raid once you've done it a couple 100 times. There we go, finally. So we dodge 1 rock, wait for the next prayer, still range. 1 more skull skip to go. Wouldn't it be nice to pull 2 purples in the same stream? Even if they are only a ring. I mean, shit, the light bear is up to 4.8 mil. I'll take a 5 mil payday. It's a lot better than the last 7 of them that I got. Or I guess about the last 5 of them that I got previous to that were only, here we go. That were only about a mil apiece. So we dodged 2. 1. 2. Only have 1 sip of my tears left, so we're going to be depending on scarabs very soon. Which is totally fine because we're just about in the last phase, 13%. We got a nice big BGS to start this out with, so this has been really, really quick. Last phase we're going for a double BGS if we need it. I'm thinking 40 damage minimum. If it doesn't hit, I'll go for another one. 7%. That's a good hit, but it's not big enough. That one will do it. Nothing. And literally hit a 1 or a 2. I'm not sure if that was me or the thrall that did that. That's embarrassing. Oh shit, I didn't mean to move 2 squares there. Damn it. Late again. There we go. Still had 3 whole rows left. 4.9, and we go through the 3721. Come out the other side at 4.97. Not a purple. Damn. Yeah, not bad actually. Half a mil. I mean, for the time investment it sucks, but it's paying for the supply cost to try and chase the shadow at least. Well, I say we just back-to-back that right into another one. Now, where is he gonna spawn? Oh, nice. Get to kill him without him getting to summon anything. Get out of here with that. Goddamn acid nonsense. Shit. Can I hit that without running into the acid? Ooh, just barely. That should bring us into the next wave. Why am I praying mage? Oops. For how long that's been going on. Too long, I say. Oh, shit. Okay, that nailed one of the melees. That was exactly what I was hoping for. That didn't help, though. And this is where if I brought chins, then chin champas would be very helpful, but I don't, so... Alright, there's no way in hell Baba goes worse than it did the last raid. I'm gonna switch on to melee gear, grab the BGS instead of the blowpipe, which actually put my inventory pretty close to how I'm gonna want it here. First BGS spec is a 25. That's probably enough, but I'm gonna get greedy and go for 2 and hit a 0. Okay, never mind. I'm not feeling very safe where I am right now. Yeah, I gotta move. Okay. That was a really stupid thing to do, but it looked cool. That's all that really matters, right? Gonna be going for a third boulder at least. Yeah, it's a little awkward. You can do a 2 across skip like that, but it's not really been my luck right now, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And here's where pre-poning a ranging potion hopefully helps. 108 range has gotta be better than 99, right? Didn't do much damage with the range phase, unfortunately. Could be worse. Oh, Jesus. Almost didn't see that in time. Okay, should be safe right here. From downtown. Alright, I can probably make that. Nice. Nope. Not getting me with that. Done. Right on 0 prayer too. Okay, so the last raid's monkey room took 2 full potions due to having to carry a spec twice between the monkey room and Baba. That one took 2 sips of 1 potion. That's a clear and obvious improvement. Oops. Not what I meant to do, but okay, fine. You know the really unfortunate thing is that I'm so stupid that I just went back and hit W instead of boot. So, whoops. There's now going to be 6 back and forths instead of 5. Whatever, that makes up for all the times that I've gotten the 1 in 5 chance of this just being 4 instead of 5. Basically, if you reveal all of them on the left, the first one you reveal on the right has a 1 in 5 chance of being the same as the last one you revealed on the left, so... I guess you could think about this puzzle as only having, you know, 4.2 or whatever things to solve instead of 5. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we've got the backpack here. I'm gonna... let's leave that like that, actually. Still debating how I want my inventory set up for Jesus Christ to 56. I'm not even gonna bother trying to get more than that. I'm not gonna get greedy. It's already maxed reduced. Damn. Oh, is this going to be the time that I get him before he gets the eggs out? You son of a bitch. It was 5 HP off. That was the time, too. Oh well. 1 attack late. Ooh, not even 100% Kefrey. Nice. Might as well just dump my specs and go for a really fast kill at this point. Still have to deal with the mage and the melee, but I mean shit, this is like the fastest Kefrey I think I've ever had. Definitely the fastest at this info. Excuse me. Less than ideal on my part. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to hit this a 3rd time. Yeah, I did. Sweet. Alright, there we go. We're back on track. Kefrey's on its last blue HP bar. Summoned another round of eggs that are not going to do a goddamn thing to me, as long as they've got range prey up and another 6.5 minutes of poison resistance. Immunity, rather. Whatever this is. Anti-poison. Oh, that's gonna... Yep. Might as well just drink another potion at this point. I'm gonna keep the specs in the off chance that I can maybe use them to, after the next boop, push through the last of its HP bar. See how close we are. Should get one more hit here. Oh, missed. It's unfortunate. And that's a 34. Screw it, we'll just summon the thrall. Oh, no, we're in. I was gonna say I'll just summon a thrall and see if that helps, but never mind. Come on, 2 salt raid. Nice. Alright, we got level 1, level 1. I feel like doing level 2 hit. Do Krondus. And we're back to Zabac. Let's see what we get this time. 34. Into a 15. Should be able to clean this up real quick being a level 1, but this is a problem. If I miss this shot, then I'm a little hosed here, so I hope that landed right. No, that's perfect. Shit. Oh, that's awkward. Okay. Please despawn. Right now. Oh, shit. Okay, we can Karis it. We can fix it, we can fix it. This does not need to be on, though. Tons and tons of prayers, so this is a very fixable problem. That I can't fix right yet. So I don't actually have the spec for it. Shit. Well, we're not poisoned, so I don't actually need to panic that much, realistically. Nor do I need my overheads on right now, that's fine. Okay, I thought I had that in time, but that's fine. Maybe I stepped somewhere I shouldn't have or something, doesn't matter. I'm falling apart on this one, I don't know what to tell you. This will be the last raid of the stream, I think. Only good for so many before I'm just sloppy. Got 23 seconds left on the thrall. Come on, try to sneak in a blood attack on me, you bastard. There it is. Oh, well, one of those hit me. I don't think it was the blood attack, at least. I'd rather tank damage than heal him. Oh, Jesus, no! Rather tank damage than heal him. Didn't realize my prayer was that low. That was embarrassing. Times that you're happy that there's not a whole lot of people in the stream, you know? I'm really glad that last blood attack didn't hit me, too. Either way, good enough recovery. And that works out in my favor as well, because now I've got one more inventory slot to deal with this. And I have completely screwed my inventory space up, so let me just fix that a little bit. It should be there. This can just go. Okay, there we go. We got our 2 inventory spaces for the puzzle. And this will be boss 4 of 4, then we get to go and fight the Tumikins Wardens again. Is this really a 1? Oh, nice. It finally gave me a quick solve. I've had to move 3 mirrors almost every time in the last, I don't know, every goddamn raid so far. Anyway, I'm just here to swing my banana and do this raid. Really? You're gonna make me start Akka at 54 HP? Because I got comboed on the same tick by a double... Wow. Okay. I see how it's gonna be. In that case, let me just stretch my fingers here and make sure he's all the way over there. Yeah, we're good. Probably summon a thrall. I have 2 minutes on the salt. Like, maybe it would have been a good idea to grab out of there, but that's fine. I don't really mind taking a couple hits here, because I really want him to switch to prey range as soon as possible once he's under 80%. That should be it. Yep. I'd rather be here. Okay. So usually on this fight I try and avoid having to Kara spec until as late as possible, but because I've got shit tons of prey left in terms of my consumables here, and because I started at bloody half HP, I might just have to Kara spec like halfway through. Not a really big deal, just kind of annoying. Either way, I'm going to be keeping my prayer as high as I reasonably can. And it's time to move. Like, I'm not going to waste prayer points to keep it unnecessarily high, but I am going to keep it pretty much full. So I get red, yellow, white, yellow, black, red. Just in time. I shouldn't be doing sketchy shit like that when I'm on low HP, but here we are. I'm not going to resalt until after I've Karist, because frankly I don't want to find out that I end up dying. After salting the second time, that is. Okay, that's kind of what I expected. He's going to be an asshole, which means we're probably going to want to be cautious about moving right now. There we go. So I could just run over there and that'd be all well and good, but the amount of times that the orb spec has killed me when I'm not paying attention to it is a lot higher than I'd like it to be. So let's just leave it at that. Anyway, red, black, yellow, black, yellow. And nice, that's down. So I'm going to switch to melee because I feel like it probably does the best damage. Drink another prey pot. 30 HP right now. If I go under like 20, I definitely want to Kara spec immediately. Especially, oh yeah, the melee phase is coming up too, okay. That'll do it. He's probably sitting there confused as all hell how I just went to 118 HP, but that's what you get for being a dick, Akka. So we got red, black, red, white, yellow. And I'm going to try and switch to melee here in a second, but I'm a little bit low on... You know what? I'm not even going to right yet. I could just wait this, but honestly, melee's probably going to do more damage. Yeah, I could have waited one more attack to just fight him with range, but it's not the end of the world. Ideally, I take it down all the way right now, and it doesn't switch back to melee, so I have to switch back to range, but 9% HP, we'll see what happens. Missed. 34, damn. That's red, white, red, white, yellow. And we're in the melee phase, so I need range. 1%, that should do it. Okay. Just gonna commit to damage by specking twice. And running around like a madman. Somehow that avoided damage on all of the orbs, so I'm gonna just call that a win. Alright, we're up to Wardens again. Fun starts. Give me 2 Ambrosias. Damn. Yeah, at least I got a lot of prayer. Alright, we can dump that into that. We got 2 1/4 left. Which means realistically I should probably be doing harder raids, but it is what it is. Well, this, and switch these two. Need my 5 supplies, pink, yellow, scroll, white, and blue. Okay, we got a 5. Got a 31. And something else that I didn't quite see in time, but it's time to move, so that's fine. So I need my DDS to be here. And because we only got 1 Ambrosia, I should realistically Kara-spec my way out of this, since we have the blue potion anyway, and I keep forgetting that makes it only take 40-some%, 42.5 or whatever. I really have to worry about these hits actually doing enough damage too. Might be Ambrosiaing the second round. Shit. I'm not doing as much damage as I'd hoped I would. Am I really gonna have to take both these? Come on. Okay. One of them is fine, 2 of them is a bit excessive. Just gonna drink right back up. And let's do it. Of course, we start with Thunder Skulls. Everybody's favorite. I don't even have to move for that. I don't know if I have to or not, but I'm moving. Oh, yeah, probably help if I actually put the right prayer on there, huh? Oopsie daisy. That's fine, I got tons of these. Take about 3 of those, and we're all set. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Do I get it? I think that's a 6 hit. Although the first one wasn't exactly full power. Ah, well. Oh, I actually got it. I really didn't think I was going to. Cool. Oh, good. At least I can probably swap gear during that phase. That's gonna take one of my attacks away. That's the equivalent of 5, so 6. 7 should get 10. I know I'm actually at 7 now, but that's fine. So I should get one more hit, and then... yeah. I would have had time for another hit there, but I just screwed up some of my switches. I forgot I needed to drink the blue potion still, to be honest. Here we go. No, you don't. Alright, we're almost to the last down here. Then we're going to do the real fun parts. So I'm going to take this opportunity to heal my ass off. I'll get my BGS ready and start whacking this. So we got 1 minute and 11 seconds, 57%, so we've got at least 2 BGS specs, maybe 3 for the Wardens. Rain stuff looks right. Let me grab my Scarab. And we'll heal up after. Oh, we're starting with a 70. God damn. I mean, at this point, it'd be irresponsible not to keep speccing. 66. Look at that. I took him to 90% with 3 specs. That was nuts. 10% of the last boss fight with 3 specs. Alright, so what do we gotta deal with here? We got a little bit low on the prayer supply side of things. But I did manage to sort of lazy flick a lot of the Wardens instead of just camping offensive prayers, so... it shouldn't be any kind of a problem to be lazy about this part, basically, as a result. Man, we got 40 seconds left on the Thrall, that's how long... oh man. We're gonna have the same Thrall through the entire first phase all the way up to the start of defensive prayers, that's nuts. Yeah, generally Thralls only last 1 phase, so that was kind of crazy that this thing's just been the same Thrall since the start of the fight, and we're at 57.1. That last hit actually counted. Okay. I wonder how fast I could do this if I was trying to do it quickly. I'd have to switch some gear around most likely, and I don't know if a Zabac crossbow would actually speed it up or not for solos. Probably would. Ruby specs. Jesus, ruby specs with adrenaline potions would be nuts. Oh, okay, that's gonna hurt. It's fine, we can heal it out on the next bit here. Dodge 1 rock. start to click. And we're pretty much back. 107 HP, prayers in infinite prayer mode. Little yellow click screw-ups miles in the distance behind us. Shit. Maybe it's not so far in the distance after all. Dodge 1. And dodge 2. They got a BGS in mind for this sumbitch. Going for the double. 6%. This might do it. That did it. $27. 0. Shit. There we go. That's what we got. I mean, I should be able to basically just stand here and white bot this, right? Couple of misclicks at the end there, but as I say, this is going to be the last raid of the stream for me. Got a little bug flying around my face as well. It's annoying me. I think it might be a mosquito, but a little more focused on trying to get a purple, and we didn't manage to do it. Only one on stream today. But it did break a almost 50 plus streak, I think, at this point. Magic Seeds, Renars, and Death Runes, that's a little better. And it's brought my average raid value up a little bit. We're up to 18 mil and 41 raids, which is not even a bond in like 20 plus hours of raids. And, well, 18 mil's a bond. But yeah, anyway, it's not a good moneymaker, but it is fun. Until it is a good moneymaker. Technically, it's about a 1 in 380-ish chance. So, I mean, if you want to do the math, whatever a shadow is worth times 380 runs times about 35 minutes. Or whatever that was, 3503 on that one. Apparently that was actually a personal best run for me for challenge mode. Interesting. Anyway, I'm going to take off. It was a fun stream, but I gotta get some work done today. See you next time.